I know the dance.
Oh, hey, man.
Yes,
Hey,
there you are.
Hey, we did it. We did it, Reddit.
Oh, my God. It's so good to talk to you. I'm so pleased you're not dead.
Oh, why would I be dead, man? I didn't pass through fucking London or something. It's all good.
Did you feel safer with the Taliban than you do back at home?
Yeah, man. Remember my Tally bros, honestly. I think I honestly had, like, you know when you go on, like, a tech retreat, all those retards pay, like, 10 grand a month just to go to some cabin somewhere?
Yes.
I had the same thing, but free in Afghanistan. If anything, I'm actually thinking about setting up a paid service. So, hell yeah. It'll be great, honestly. Imagine just, like, spending a month or two with the Taliban to detox from online shit.
I mean, I would love to talk to those guys. They have this look. They have this look in their eyes. Like every picture I see of the Taliban, they kind of have this look of like they can't believe they lucked out and that the U.S. finally fucked off.
Yeah.
And like they all are just still so happy.
Yeah.
Every picture I see
waiting
of
for the other shoe to drop. They're like,
yeah, like you mean we
great, but
we have our country back?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Big if true.
So
half of them are actually fucking depressed too, because they're like, shit, I wish I died in the war. I had an opportunity like 6 months before to die in like a suicide bombing, but I didn't take it, so now I'm just living like a meaningless existence, just doing paperwork in fucking Kabul.
Oh,
really? I'm like one struggle, man.
So they're having like survivor's guilt and like they're having to like have like the depression of like a civilized society. The men who are not engaged in like a war against an undefeatable enemy. That's funny. Okay, wait. So tell Sean like what happened to you. You're a crazy explorer, but then I think like 8 months ago you just went missing.
Yeah, man. So I was at the fall of Kabul. I've been to the front lines of Ukraine, all this other stuff. And also Snake Island too. And then suddenly I go to Afghanistan to, just casually open a gold mine, as you do. It's like economic goofing off. And then suddenly I go missing for like 8 months. Everyone thinks I'm dead. Everyone thinks, oh no, Mar's been executed.
Yeah.
All the leaks are fake. And I came out and made best friends with the Taliban. I was the best treated prisoner of all time, pretty much. I had my laptop. I went for water park with them. I went to meetings. I met the ministers. I basically pitched my business. They invited me back and gave me a certificate that makes me an honorary member of the Mujahideen. I've got a weapon.
Yes.
Yeah, bro. Man. One stroke. One of the guys said, "Oh, to be fair, there might be a chance of you getting citizenship." I'm like, so you know what I'm gonna do, lads? You know what I'm gonna do with that if I do get citizenship?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go to Oxford University or something, like one of the big ones. The good unis.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna walk in. I'm gonna walk to the admissions office, and I'm gonna go, "Hey, retard dipshits." Anyway, I'm fucking retarded. And I've got like no qualifications, and I think I just wouldn't study, and I would just waste the time. I wouldn't even I think I would just kick babies and stuff. But I am an Afghan, like I am non-white, and they'll be like, "Are you Asian?" I'm like, "No," and they're like, "Oh shit! Wow, let him through. He's a minority. Wow."
Yeah, you're the biggest minority in the world, right?
Yeah,
Afghan citizen.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I might just claim welfare,
So you went there to do a gold mine? You went there to open a gold mine? You went to Afghanistan? So this is after, when did you go there? What day? Did you go before or after the fall of like the U.S. occupation?
I've been 5 times, man, in the last 2 years. So I was there 3 days before the fall of Kabul on like a holiday. So I became the last ever tourist in Kabul, as you casually do, you know what I mean? It happens to the best of us, really. I mean, I just goofed off on both sides, met like special forces, just chilled with them, started drinking as the place has been shot up, whatever, evacuated out. Went back, met the Taliban, chilled with them, and then I started selling Taliban merch. So I was buying like headbands and shit, just selling on eBay. It's not sanctioned, so I'm like, this is big market. Made a shit ton of money somehow.
Sorry, go ahead.
No,
what's your question?
I was going to say, how are you just like walking around? Like, I don't know.
Just go there?
And you're like, you're talking with, American forces or whatever, and then Taliban. Like, it's just like, hey, guys, I'm not in this, but hang on, I got a couple questions.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Nah, it's cool, man. I'm just walking around. At 1.2, as the fall's happening, I'm like, shit, I need to get to the airport. So I hailed down a taxi and just handed him all my money in my pocket and go, take me right there now. And
when did you know that shit was going south? Like you said,
when the Taliban put out like I think it was a tweet or a TikTok or something saying, "Hey, if you guys don't withdraw or just give up, we're gonna like just take Kabul by force." So, lol, decision by like 3 p.m. So I'm like, fuck, that's in 1 hour. So I started like running around, and I was actually enjoying it too. As I was running through Kabul, I had a smile on my face. It was like a runner's high, you know what I mean? But anyway, it was a great motivation. And when I was fucking in the car, I tried to book a flight out for my credit card, but of course it's like $800. You know what I mean? So it flagged up because it's like, what's this man doing spending money in Afghanistan? Card.
You're supposed to be
dead by fraud prevention.
Yeah.
Like,
so this is before you got caught, right? This is before you got detained.
This is the first time. Man.
Oh, this is the first time you went. Okay.
Exactly. So I call up Rajin or some fucking Indian bloke, customer service, and he's like, "Oh, hello, sir. How can I help you? I'm like, fucking Taliban coming. Unblock my card, you wanker." And he's like, "Sorry to hear you're having problems." I'm like, "Oh, I'm about to fucking die." I'm freaking out. Got the card unblocked. All flights suspended. So I'm just wandering through Kabul. 2 Taliban come up to me, and they're like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "Tourist." They're like, "Are you stupid?" I was like,
maybe.
Yes,
and they were
like, definitely. Yeah,
man, 100%. And they go, "Wait, you're British?" And I go, and they look at my passport. They look pissed off. You know what I mean? Something tells me they don't like the British. These 2 lads obviously had bad experiences or something.
Okay.
Right.
So I quickly fumble on the spot. And I'd say, actually, brother, I'm part of the United Kingdom, but there's a country called Wales. I'm from there. So we got invaded by England like 200 years ago.
Pretty good.
We're the same, you and me.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Is that true? Are you from Wales?
Oh, no, of course not.
No,
Yeah, man, I'm not into sheep. All Welsh people fuck sheep. It's 100% a fact, by the way.
Oh my God.
So they were like, "What's Wales like?" I was like, "Just a bunch of farmers and hills and sheep." And they were like, "Oh, like
you guys."
Yeah,
exactly. I was like,
Yeah.
I literally said one struggle. They patted me on my shoulder and said, "Oh, enjoy your holiday." So I was like, "Oh shit!" I got to this compound. I was housing like foreigners. There was a huge crowd of Afghans. So I just pushed through because I'm white, and then I flashed my passport. There was like a Turkish dude, like a Turkish soldier, that was just scanning people, and I say, "I've got a British passport." He goes, No, Turkish people only." And I go, "Don't worry, my friend, I'm not Greek." And he just laughs his ass off because Turkey and Greek hate each other.
Of course.
They let me in. Some fucking soldiers, Greek. And you know what the first thing they do is? They give me a fucking Wi-Fi password, which I think is the most retarded thing they could have done. Yeah, so I started live streaming.
That's very generous.
The
Wi-Fi
honestly,
password. They won't give you a Wi-Fi password anywhere in America, unless it's a McDonald's or something.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, I told myself I was a refugee, so it kind of worked. So I was just goofing off, really. I started live streaming the entire thing. One of the special forces, like commanders, knocked on my room. I ended the live stream. He just started shouting at me. He's like, "Hey, that's fucking restricted, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "But what? You gave me the Wi-Fi, like..."
And they were pissed that you were live streaming it?
The commander was pissed, but all the other people below them, it was just laughing their ass off, and they were like, "No problem."
So they seem to have better, like they're a little looser than we might think they are.
Right?
Yeah, chill, man.
Okay, so wait, the most recent one, when you were missing for 8 months,
yes, mate.
How and why did you get picked up there? Because it seemed like you were it seemed like you were going back, and it was more like, it kind of seemed like you were doing like a routine visit of the Taliban when you were doing it, and when you didn't show up again, I was like, how the fuck? Like, did he get caught and get shot?
You followed this?
Oh, big time. Yeah, big time. I've been a fan of Lord Miles forever.
Got it.
How did you get picked up, and why? And why did they cut you off from the outside? Tell the whole story.
Yeah, so at the time, I had a house in Kabul, so I was like renting this one place, as you do, you know what I mean? And then I had to pay rent, so I was like, shit, I can't use the ATM because the Swift network doesn't work like that, so your bank cards don't work. You gotta send money through Western Union. So I went there, I sent myself like $1,000, a little bit more. It flagged something up where they wanted to check my name and stuff. So when I walked out of Western Union, 2 soldiers were sitting there like with guns pointing at me. They were like, "Yeah, come with us." I was like, fuck me. And then I went to this building, and they were like, "Oh, we think you're a weapons dealer. The Russian intelligence has told us you keep going to like Ukraine and here, so they suspect you're like buying and smuggling weapons across the border."
Wow.
I'm like, but I don't like Ukraine. I'm a kind of Russian pill. You know what I mean, bros?
Yeah.
And they were like, They were like, maybe, but we got to check. You know what I mean?
How many
So I
weapons
was like,
were you
Right.
accused of dealing exactly?
They had no idea, but they were like, "What's this money for?" I was like, "Well, clearly not buying weapons, mate. It's $1,000. It's not
Yeah.
the fucking. I can buy like
300
a few.
bullets. I'm gonna buy 300 bullets.
No,
And, yeah.
oh no, in Afghanistan, man, you could buy an M16 for like $200.
Oh. Okay.
Solid. Well, I shouldn't know that because I'm not a weapon.
Right.
Uh, but I'm just like, oh shit, okay. And then he also thought I was a spy because you know what? My best friend during interrogation. So I had two people with me.
Okay.
He fucking snitched on something I didn't even do. So he got pulled aside.
So wait,
separately
you went there with two people at your your most recent visit to Afghanistan. You took two friends.
Yes, mate.
Okay.
Yeah, just held me open for gold mine as you do. It's like a lad's holiday. And then, yeah, man.
This is the life I want, Sean. Not this life of arguing about video games and Halloween candy.
You can do this.
I couldn't do
I
this.
formally invite you. I've got pretty much like a nigger pass. I've got the N-word pass in Afghanistan pretty much. So we can pop down, lads. We can have some.
What is an N-word pass with the Taliban?
Right.
I've been pro-Taliban since day one. By the way,
I think you have.
I have been. I have a long track record of being pro-Taliban.
No joke. They said, we're going to give you this document, Miles. It basically says you're an honorary member of the Mujahideen. You cannot be searched on military checkpoints. You cannot be stopped at military checkpoints. You can go anywhere in Kabul that's not a military base or like restricted area, which is pretty much just like, office buildings and shit sometimes. And you cannot be questioned or detained beyond checking the validity of this document. And it says anyone who stops you beyond checking the validity of this document or hinders your mission, which I think is hilarious, will be imprisoned themselves.
Oh, jihad! They get a jihad put on them. Yes. But you had that, or you got that recently? That document.
I've got that. So the Taliban like, Miles, come back for the gold mine. Come back for some business. We love you, bro. I'm like, I love you too, my friends.
That's incredible. Okay, so wait.
That's my end one.
So your two friends all you guys got detained, and your two friends ratted on you. You were saying right?
One of them did. One of them just told them straight up, Miles might be a spy. They were just like, oh, anything you want to tell us? They weren't under duress. It was just a normal conversation of sitting down on chairs and sofas, having tea. He just goes, yeah, Miles might be a spy. Obviously, I raises some fucking eyebrows, doesn't it? I'm not Mossad Miles. I'm just goofing off Miles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not a spy, man.
Miles?
Mate, to work in no, I am not. To work in intelligence, you must have intelligence. I'm clearly fucking lacking, aren't I? You know what I mean?
Why did he say that? He just got freaked out.
I don't know. I think he's just like really autistic. And he just fumbled, or maybe he just threw me underneath a bus.
Oh man!
But I've got some blackmail on him, so I'm just holding that over his head. I'm like, if you try and fuck me over again, we're gonna remain like civil friends until we grow apart. But if you try and screw me over again, your life is over. Do you understand? And he's like, yeah. I literally have like 93 audio recordings of him saying the N-word. So I'm basically just, I've got like a draft email to send it to every university professor, every job he's applied
the N-word
to.
on
And this individual does not have an N-word pass. I take it. So
no, he does
the
not.
The 93 incidences are going to go badly.
Man, I would make a lot of use out of the N-word pass, but the Taliban pass, that's way cooler.
Yeah, well, I mean,
the thing is,
kind of higher stakes.
He might have an N-word pass. He might have an N-word pass because he's like 10% Italian, and Italians are mostly black, man. You know what I mean? Like the southern ones are basically Indians.
Well, that's what they wanted. That Vito tries to tell me that shit too. Like, well, we're minorities too. Like,
you got the Moors and stuff. I mean, Italy is different because you have those weird like Swiss German Italians in the north.
Yeah,
with like names like Reinhold Messner. He's an Italian. No, he isn't.
Yeah, exactly. But they're always arrogant as fuck, aren't they?
Yeah.
So did they think you were? Did you have to answer questions like, "Are you a spy?" Like, did they?
Man. They. So my two friends left
you?
after 2 weeks. No. Man, they're my tally bros. If I was being tortured, I wouldn't be going back in like a few weeks, man.
I wouldn't think. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like, the only torture is like having to speak to fucking women nowadays. You know what I mean? Yeah, one struggle, man. That's the thing too. I had 8 months without women. I felt so calm, man. I think I became enlightened for a little bit.
What am I doing in my life that I'm not doing this?
Clearly, you're not traveling enough.
You could just go live your dreams.
We can make it happen, dude.
Open a gold mine. Never talk to women again. I can tell the Taliban if a woman gets within 10 feet of me, shoot her.
If you have the right
100%, man.
paperwork.
If I have the right paperwork,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, I do have a weapons license in Afghanistan now because that piece of paper, the honorary Mujahideen one, basically says, yeah, Miles can own like a gun, like a PKM, a rocket launcher. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go own a what?
Every
So
time
if I
you
open
say
that gold mine,
every time you say Mujahideen, I think of Rambo 3, and it gets me
Yeah.
oh, we
hard.
watched Rambo. I watched it with the Taliban. Man, that was sick.
You watched Rambo 3 with the Taliban.
Yeah, they literally saw his face and they were like, oh, that's the Taliban. I'm like, fuck yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
That's us. That's us. I know that guy.
It's like, yeah.
Okay,
Exactly.
so you're there for 8 months. Break down what was the like? Was there like a getting to know? Like,
Yeah.
was there a spot where you're like, oh fuck, I'm gonna be here for a long time? And are they imprisoning you?
Right.
Or is there like a acknowledgement that you're not allowed to leave or communicate?
Yeah,
What
man,
Well, they
was that
figure
like?
you out, figure
Yeah.
out whether you're a
So
spy,
basically-
what's going on with you, whether you are just a tourist.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get that. So basically, I'm taken to this guest house area because they're like, okay, well, we think Miles is based because we've just read his book. So I had a copy of my book on me, and they read through it, and they were like, shit, this is actually quite fire. To be fair, like it's all about Afghanistan. Shameless plug right there. And then they saw my tweets and stuff, and it turns out like half their intelligence agency followed me at some point. So I'm like. So they're like, oh shit, you're that guy. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm that guy. And they're like, oh, I like your tweets. I was like, thanks, man. Any chance I can help me out? They're like, no, but we'll treat you good. I'm like, yeah, no problem, man. And they looked through my stuff and they asked me if I was a spy. They would go, Miles, we know you're a spy, man. Just admit it. You can serve your 2-year sentence and you'll be released. But until then, you're gonna be stuck in like limbo for months. I'm like, no, spy, man. And it's like, Miles, we know you're a spy, but we want to give you a job. We'll pay you, and like, to tell us some.
You
of
could
your
be a counter spy.
Yeah, exactly. Just tell us
Okay, yeah.
stuff. And I was like, sorry, no. And they were like, Miles, we know you're a spy, but if you don't admit it, there could be a huge sentence or even corporal punishment, just like death and stuff, execution. But like, just admit it now, you'll be fine, man. I'm like, no, I'm not a spy.
Yeah.
And after a while, what we did is they invited me to like the GDI, their headquarters, like of the intelligence agency, and I'm sitting there in this picnic with like peacocks behind me, and like it's tropical garden type place. It's nice, it's lush, and the commanders are sitting there, and they say, "Oh, sup, Miles? We think you're chill. The only crime you've technically committed, because you're not a weapons dealer, you're not a spy. We're pretty sure you're not. Like 99%, And the only thing you've done is like not had a license to go to the gold mine area, like the mountain. You're meant to have a license for that, bro, but shit happens, no problem. Minimum 6 months sentence. I went through the whole judicial system. That was chill. And it
You
was
went
like
through the
straightforward.
whole judicial system?
Yeah, quite briefly, it was quite quick. It was just like, yeah, no, fine. That's like,
You
straight
went
up
to court.
sentence.
You went to court in Afghanistan. There's a judge hearing your case out. You had a lawyer and all that stuff.
basically-
Tent. It's in a tent.
It's in a tent.
It's not like a lawyer, but they have like a commander and stuff, and he's present the evidence, and they
like
just
military.
talk and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's quick, man. It's quick, but chill. I like it that way. And they were like,
Long as it
Miles,
works
you're
out."
chill. Yeah, they were like, Miles, you're our guy. They're like, you're the bridge between the British or European governments and like the Afghan government. You could be our like unofficial
No,
ambassador.
don't go back.
I'm
No,
like,
just do
fuck
your
no.
own thing. The Taliban. God, don't go back to the Britain thing. Yeah, okay, yeah. Keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, no, sure, man. It was hilarious. So I was there like, I'm your guy. They were like, yeah, you're our guy, bro. And I was like, okay, what do I do, dude? And they were like, you can come back afterwards, most likely, if you want to, but we're gonna give you some good conditions. Small crime, minimal security prison. It's like you're treated nice, but if you actually are a spy or a murderer, you go to like the maximum security prison. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So they were like, what do you want, Miles? You're allowed some things from your personal possessions. You can't have your phone, of course. And I was like, what about my laptop? And they were like, fuck yeah, you can have your laptop. You go write another book? I was like, yeah, if you don't mind. They're like, yeah, that's perfect, man. They were like, do you want a Bible? I was like, hell yeah, I want a Bible. I was like, yeah, it's all good.
Well, trick
And I was
question. Trick question.
The Bible.
Yeah.
Trick question. You should have said Quran.
Yeah, no, I asked them, like, hey, you chill with the Bible? They're like, yeah. I was like, you chill with all religions? And they were like, no, not some of them. And I said, yeah, I'm not chill with Jews either. And they started laughing. Yeah, and I went on a whole schizo rant about like the Rothschilds and all the banks and stuff, and I was like, showing them like I said, "Can you give me my phone for a second?" They were like, "Yeah, that's cool." And I showed them like all my memes and stuff, like not memes, but like
America's Downfall to Fascism, whatever that Russo movies. Yeah,
like,
yeah. Oh man.
Look at the live chat. I showed them this video.
Oh, did he post something?
Yeah, he posted something there. I'm scrolling, but my mouse is always busted.
Yeah, as right as well. It's basically this, you know that funny Family Guy video where like the fat dad's just eating all the food and the children are starving around it?
John Goodman. Yeah, that one?
Yes, man.
Yeah.
That one, John Goodman is labeled with Israel, and the other children are like America, Europe, small business, the government. And they were like, "You don't like Jews?" I was like, "Nah, man, not a big fan, to be fair. Like, I'm Christian, you know, one struggle, brother." And they were like, "Fair enough, my dude." And they were like, "Yeah,
my dude."
It's like the South Park episode when Cartman stays up all night talking to the Taliban. He's like, "Guys, they told me some stuff about. I told them some stuff about Jews they didn't know. You know, I was good."
Yeah, man. I was throwing out like all the statistics and stuff. I was like, yeah, all these like newscasts and stuff.
Statistics. And they were like, nodding. We haven't tried this angle. Tell us a little more about that. I'm trying to find the thing you posted in the live stream chat.
Yeah, so if you're on Discord, just click the little top right chat button with our faces on it, and it will come up with the live show chat.
Okay.
Right at the bottom. I'll just send a dot right now.
Okay.
Like I would just send so much.
I see a 3. Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. He's got it.
So you showed that to the Taliban and it warmed their hearts.
Right.
This
the
guy.
cockles of their heart.
So true, man.
Subcockle.
They were like, "You're right." To be fair, like they were like, "You're a guy, Miles." I was like, "I'm your guy." And I told them I have a gold mine as well. During the interrogations, they would walk in my room. Right?
Gold. We got to get this gold out of the hills before they come in and take it, right, guys? Right. You're all in, right? Let's go.
Yeah. I like how they seem to be really up on their like Western slang, like my guy, like
yeah. Are they?
Like,
Can they all speak English?
To be fair, the higher ups can speak good English. They've got a translator. All the ones in the house spoke like 5 words. But they were funny. There was one guy, he was like a comedian with 5 words. He made it work, you know what I mean? They were just chill. Yeah. So he would go into my room and he would see me on my laptop to watching some anime and stuff. And he would go, What? You, Miles, laptop, Miles sleeping, laptop, finish. And I would just like motion that I would pick him up and stick his head in the toilet if he did that. And we would just high five and laugh together. If Iqbal's listening to this, shout out to Iqbal, man. He was chill. I love Iqbal.
What is his name? Say his name again.
Iqbal.
Iqbal?
Yes, man.
Okay, so what month is this? When you're describing...
This is like month 1.5, man. So I'm just chilling. I'm watching movies. And then also as well, they're like, "Oh yeah, Miles, you got arrested for like that $1,000. So here you go. You can spend that." And I realized, holy shit, this is half a year's salary in Afghanistan. So I started partying, man. I'm ordering takeaway and stuff. I'm like I got like
takeaway.
You could buy 1 packet of chips for 5 cents. So you can see what he was doing there.
What's the brand?
It's just this Afghan brand, but it's solid. To be fair, it has like loads of soy slop in it, but I love it, man.
Yeah. Do they have drugs or liquor or anything like that? Or nothing?
No liquor, but to be fair, I did ask them if I could take some steroids, but they said no.
You had them with you?
No, I was like, hey, if steroids are legal, can I go and get some from a pharmacy? They were like, no, I was not allowed. But I had the idea of, if I'm going to be here long term, I'm going to buy some gym equipment.
Yeah.
Just buy myself tons of eggs every day and just roaring myself, and I'd come out huge because I thought it'd be funny, you know?
They're afraid you'll Rambo out.
They'll take it over.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Dueling M16s.
Can't have you juicing in there.
Okay, yeah, so you set up. You kind of acclimate to the prison situation, and then at some point I don't know if this is true, but at some point you get a tour of Osama bin Laden's caves.
That's coming up soon. So they sit me down. Like, we like YouTube videos. If you want a tour of Tora Bora, like Bin Laden's caves, next time you come, man, we'll give you like a military escort and stuff, and we'll just show you around. You make a good video. And I'm like, how are you? I'm going to take that offer.
Yeah.
Like right now, sometimes when I'm out, because I'm out of prison now, of course, I've been out for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I just FaceTime the Taliban, just call them up, and we just send memes to each other and stuff. It's solid. We just we would just call. Yeah. So we're playing
sorry. Yeah. Are you out of the country now?
No, I'm sadly in this very dangerous place called England, mate. It's
okay, I wasn't sure.
Overrun by criminals.
Yeah.
England is.
By brown people. It's very cringe, man.
Okay, so let's go back to month 2. Like, I don't know. Once you're used to your life in Afghanistan,
you know what it's going to be.
What was like month 2 on after that?
Yeah, so I would just have a routine. So I would wake up, I would listen to some music, I'm listening to the System of a Down, listening to some ABBA, I get some eggs and some like naan, I season it, I work out with the Taliban. I've got a good routine going.
Yeah.
And then I'm just chilling at this point. And every week I have meetings with the commander, like one of their heads, all the ministers and stuff. And I started putting together like business documents on my laptop, like slideshows on like how to improve the economy and stuff and the gold mine. They're really interested. So I'm like pitching stuff to them. So I see it's like a networking event almost.
It sounds like it.
So just so I'm clear. So you're in trouble. You're basically serving out like a house arrest for not having a gold mine permit.
In limbo.
Or
you're not supposed to be. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, literally just not having a permit to go to a mountain. So they're like,
that's the crime.
Yeah, but like, shucks, we gotta do it by the rule book. You did do something wrong, but it's like nothing serious. It's like jaywalking. They're like, whatever.
That's a hell of a jaywalking ticket.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you're putting together your PowerPoint to essentially get access to the gold mine, basically.
Yes, man.
Right?
Yeah. I'm just like, I actually put on one of those charts that just shows like money and time and just like a straight line up, and I'm just like,
okay.
To be fair,
cool.
To be fair, how is it wrong though? If I start a gold mine, how is that chart not wrong? I'm like, big if true, and I get a show to them. They're like, yeah.
Well, how much gold is in the hills in Afghanistan? A lot.
Yeah, so I'm looking at this one place in Kunar province. So the Americans took over geological surveys, so we know exactly how much there is. Minimum $200 million.
Oh.
Huh.
Nice little chunk of change.
China's not coming in to take it, or Russia? It's going to be you?
Here's the even funnier thing, man. So China has like all the northern provinces. They pay $350 million for all the mining rights for the next like 100 years or whatever.
Yeah.
So they've got like huge mines going on. I've picked this area down south that China's not interested in. So I spoke to some Chinese people during my detention. They're like, yeah, we're not really interested in going down north. We're focusing on the Belt and Road stuff right now. But I speak to the Afghans, and they're like, yeah, we want to diversify because we don't want China obviously having too much power. We've seen what's happened in Africa. But when I come home to England, I go to some big bankers. I used to be in that circle, so I go to some big bankers, some institutional investors, and they go, holy shit, Miles, we can win the mineral war against China. China's going to take over the whole of Afghanistan, but we're going to stop them, Miles. We need to win economically in Afghanistan. So one struggle, we'll maybe fund your gold mine. So I'm like, shit. I can't tell you how much.
What could go wrong? Like, what could possibly go wrong? Yeah, go ahead.
So I've been to like so many meetings, and sometimes I get offered like $750,000 for the gold mine just to start it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
20%.
And you don't want you don't want that, or is that what you're looking for more?
To be fair, we're going to big world institutions right now, so I can't say who, but we're looking at high 7, high 8 figures, maybe even more. I mean, to be fair, I won't believe anything until it comes to fruition.
Yeah.
But we're putting something together, basically. I've got a call at 6 a.m. with New York right now. So we're putting this together like it's professional. They're sending me their CVs and like documents. They've written out professional documents. So there's a ton of overworked interns being told to do research on my fucking project because every company wants in, which is funny.
Now, are the Taliban, are they going to be cool with a New York bank being involved? I mean,
sure.
Just judging the temperature of the,
they're chill with that. They're like, to be fair, it's just bankers as long as it's not the government. They would want to cut of the money.
Yeah.
Everyone's down for it. Because they realise, where's the money going to come from at the end of the day? They know I'm British, and British is allied with America and Europe, so it's like, they're cool with it, as long as it just creates some, as long as everyone's friendly, as everyone agrees on stuff, everyone's chill, man. long as Israel's not involved, we're all happy.
I mean, don't you worry that England is going to be kind of up in your shit that you're possibly a terrorist? I mean, that's still the narrative, right? The Taliban are terrorists, so I mean, you're kind of buddies with the Taliban. I don't know, like.
Good question.
They're not even classified as terrorists legally. They've never been terrorists. They've always been classified as freedom fighters. So I can sell Taliban merch, no problems. But when I saw some like when I saw some ISIS dinars for sale, like the gold coins, I couldn't buy them obviously because they are terrorists.
Wow,
gotcha.
Mujahideen, they're freedom fighters.
Sure.
Did you see Rambo 3, Sean?
Yeah.
Okay, so was there any point during your stay where you were?
All I'm saying is usually relabeling something doesn't work. I mean, like
sometimes it does.
Sometimes it does.
Jack in the Box comes back as a clown. He didn't kill nobody.
New mascot.
Yeah. Was there any point where you were afraid that you were going to get killed, or like, this joke has gone on like too far? I wore out my welcome. I said something wrong. I don't understand the translation. Like they're going to kill me.
I did say something wrong, but I didn't think I was going to be killed. But I thought it was going to be awkward. They burst out laughing. So every single day we would have one guy drive by the house, and he would yell out "Mikune, Mikune," and I was like, "What's kune? What's kuna?" And then I went to the Taliban and went "Chi kuna," and "Chi" means what, and "kuna," I was like, "What's kuna mean? What's it mean in English?" They burst out laughing. They're crying and stuff, and I'm thinking, okay, I said something, but I don't know what it is. When I had a big meeting with ministers, this is like the equivalent of Congress. So when I met the Taliban Congress...
Wait, it's their equivalent of Congress? What do you mean? That's their... Really?
Yeah.
What is it called?
Like, I met like the minister of tourism. I met the minister of something else. All these fucking ministers, they're just chill. They're just chilling out.
Okay.
So I meet one of them and I go, "Chi kuna." And they silent for a few seconds. And I explained how I heard it and they just burst out laughing. And I mispronounced apparently, and kuna means man pussy. I'm like, imagine going to Congress, just standing in front of her, ruffling your papers with a business presentation, going, "What's man pussy?"
What did you think it meant? Good morning?
I don't know. That's what I was fucking asking. I was like, I hear this every single day in the morning. I want to.
Okay.
God.
Yeah, I was like, I just want to show that I'm trying to learn the language a little bit.
Yeah.
I also ask when I'm curious. And they just thought it was funny in the end, and then I learned that "kuss" means pussy. So I'm like, shit, man, I'm learning all the dirty language in Afghanistan. But it's chill. Honestly, that's the best way to learn a language.
You always learn the slang and the bad words first in any language.
You gotta learn man pussy first.
That's universal.
The one you go for right away.
Yeah.
Okay, so how was? When did you find out that you were going home? Like, how did after 8 months? At what point did they? You got to be like resigned to living there. Right. At what point did they say, "All right, we're actually going to let you go"?
So
sorry.
I was meant to be there for only 6 months, but the British government and the Afghan government was so slow with paperwork because there's no embassy of England in Afghanistan. It fucking change. It took an extra 2 months to do the paperwork. So I was just sitting there. I was thinking, I'm gonna be here a lot longer. Fuck me, I'm putting together an escape plan mentally.
How would your escape plan go? How would you
just walk out the window, mate? There was an open window right there.
Midnight Express. Okay.
Yeah.
I could, just walk.
So you did want to leave?
No, it's like if I want to spend a year there, I was like, geez, I need to do my taxes, and I was like, adventuring somewhere else.
I gotta get Christmas presents for everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like I gotta live, love, laugh. You know what I mean?
Now, where are your friends?
Oh, they got sent straight to England. So they were chill. One of them's coming back with me. One of them's chill. The other guy who ratted me out, who was just a dick, he's just keeping to himself now. He's just carrying on with education. So I basically they walked into my room and they were like, "Sup, Miles? You're gonna be deported tomorrow." And I was like, big if true, but good one. I thought they were just kidding with me.
Did they joke with you like that when you were there? Like fuck with you? Like, "Hey, you going home tomorrow?" Not really.
They weren't fucking with me. So what I would do, every time we heard like a helicopter or some noise, I would go, "Oh, that's the British Special Forces. They're coming in 2 minutes. Don't ask me how I know." So, First time I did that, literally 10 seconds later, the electricity goes out. So they actually get a little bit spooked. So they actually start grabbing their guns. I'm like, "Oh shit, man! Oh, no, I'm kidding." And they're like, "Ha." They're like, "Too bad, don't joke about that." So then they would sometimes go to me and they would go, Miles, you're going to be deported in 10 seconds. You got to run to the airport. And I was like, God, it's a good one. We're just fucking around with each other. We've got a good sense of humor. I'm cool with it. They're cool with it. But at one point they say, yeah, you're going to be deported. I was like, really? And they were like, yeah, gather your stuff. And I'm thinking maybe I'm moving somewhere else. So I speak to the other people in detention. And I'm just like, I'll see you guys later. Lol. See you next time I get arrested. Shaking their hands. I got to tell you about the other people out of the way. They're hilarious. And then the commanders meet me, and they start handing me my goods. They're like, here's your drone, here's your phone. I turned my phone the first time, like, oh, I've got a fuck ton of notifications. Turns out I saw the Taliban. You can see usage on an iPhone. Turns out the Taliban were playing like chess on my phone, which I think is kind of cool. And they had a good rating, I think. I can't remember why it was, but like,
it's pretty good.
They were smart.
Don't embarrass me. Don't pose as me in a chess thing and then do stupid stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I'm an idiot.
Like chess or anything like that?
What's that?
Are you guys intellectuals? Do you guys play chess?
No. I don't play chess.
I don't either.
I play F-Zero.
Oh, that's fucking
It's the
cool,
chess
man.
of cars.
Yeah, it's the chess. It's the chess of cars.
Yeah, no, I get that too. Fair. Like the Queen's Gambit was gay as hell, so
yeah,
I relate.
It really ruined chess for me. If a woman could do it, I don't want any part of that.
Yeah, man. You have a woman in real life. I looked up a real life woman the movie's based off. She's like some fat retard, basically. So it's not as sexy as we thought it was, which is even funnier.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically they hand me all the stuff. They start giving me gifts and stuff, and I'm like, hell yeah. And they're like, Miles, you come back anytime. You have brother, you have friends. Sorry about this whole thing happening. We would have released you sooner if we were allowed. We tried appealing it to you. I was like, hell yeah. And they started trash talking the other prisoners to me, like the other prisoners. They were like, so when we went to the airport, the other guys, obviously they looked shell shocked because they were in the maximum security prison.
Yeah.
And they were like, they didn't know I was there, and I knew those blokes. So they were like, oh shit, you're there. And I was like, hey dude, how was your holiday? And then it's like, fuck off. It's like, so the Thailand, they pulled me to one side and they go, these guys were spies, Miles, you're all right, but these guys aren't welcome back. And I'm just laughing my ass off, like,
oh,
wow. Yeah.
So they actually were British spies.
That's what they convicted of, I assume.
Wow.
So they had, I'm not too sure.
That's wild, man. I don't know, how lucky are you? Like, it seems like you just fucking lucked out, not getting thrown in the maximum security prison. But I don't know. Like, maybe you just... I talked
my way through it. Like, when they came in to interrogate me, I literally would stand up and I would say, welcome to my office, come take a seat. Thanks for coming on time. Sorry we're running a little bit late, the office is crazy.
It's like Mad Dog Murtauging them. He's, trying to out crazy them. Like,
this guy's kind of hilarious.
Muhammad Ali, right?
Yeah, man. Do you know what Bane maxing is? You know when people like Bane off Batman and you pretend to be him by telling some of his lines?
Yeah. Okay. I get it now. Yeah.
I would do the same thing with Lawrence of Arabia.
Do they know movie quotes? Like, I mean,
no.
So you can say whatever you want. You can be whatever character you want.
You can be a genius.
I grew up here.
I had the movie on my laptop, so I was watching it, and there was one scene where one of the guys goes to like the Lord of Arabia or something. He goes, did you know that in Arabia, 500 years ago, they had loads of public lighting when London was just a village? And they say, yes, this was a very great time for us. And he goes, time to be great again, my lord. So I went to the Taliban and said, did you know that Afghanistan once had an empire that span into Iran and Pakistan and once ruled a great kingdom that was feared by the whole of Asia? And they were like, yes, it's a good time for us. I'm like, time to be great again. They smiled from ear to ear. So I was just laughing. I laughed. And I was just, I just basically thought, how should...
Have you sold the movie rights to this yet?
Yeah, right.
To your whole life?
No, I'm too... No, because like this... I don't know what producer would go with me. You know what I mean? I've got the book that's
I do. Let me ask. That's fucking great. It's like Argo, but I'm watching movies of Lawrence of Arabia and redoing them, and oh my god.
Well, you got someone that could be up for the movie deal, perhaps?
Yeah, I know somebody. I'll ask him. Go ahead.
Is it that guy who made Passion of the Christ? Please say it's him.
No, I wish.
What
was it like coming back to the Western civilization, which is horrible?
Yeah, so when I arrived in Dubai, you had the British Foreign Office right there, and they grabbed me by my shoulders and they were like, "It's okay, you're safe. Are you okay? Do you need doctors?"
Yeah, okay.
They were like, perhaps you were speaking under duress. You know what you were when we called you for supervised calls. 'Cause I had supervised calls like every week. I was chill like that, and I told them the good conditions. Apparently, they just thought I was like being forced to say that, and I was like, "Nah, it's really good. I've still got some spare money on me from my trip to the market the other day."
Yeah.
And yeah, sorry about this. I got some wet swim shorts from the time I went to the water park. Anyway, guys, yeah. So here's the thing too. They greeted me with a bunch of burgers because I called them, and the first call they were like, "Miles, do you need anything done for you? Like, is there any critical stuff you need done at home?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, yeah. Do you have a pen and paper ready? I need this down. I need to speak exactly what I say." And I give them like a food order. I'm like, when I get out, I want exactly this burger from this restaurant, and I wanted this many pickles, and I want this much cheese. And they're like, okay, and he do it for me. And they also say, "Oh yeah, your flights home to England are free." I'm like, "Hell yeah!" So I'm just goofing off on the taxpayer money. You know what I mean? And they buy me like a hotel stay. They give me free clothes. And I'm just like, "Hell yeah!" And they say, "Where are you going after this, Miles? You going like to Spain or something? You going to like Italy for a holiday?" I was like, "Yeah, I heard about Gaza. That seems quite cool."
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah. I figured you would be going there. Are you going to Gaza? Are you going to try to get in there? They got tunnels.
They won't pay for that.
No, I got invited by both sides. So I've got like some IDF guys I just hold on for like, just for like information stuff. I'm not friends with anyone, but basically they were like, "Miles, come down, make some propaganda." I'm like, "No, I'm good."
They're gonna kill
And then yeah, I've got some Hamas contacts. They're like, "Miles, we would love you to come down." And I can't say the Taliban are there, but wink, wink, So they're like, "If you want to come film," and I'm like, "Yeah, if I hang out with them, I get sanctioned." Geez, I'm stuck between two hard places. But the British Foreign Office are pissed off. Like, "Miles, you just came out of an 8-month arrest in fucking Afghanistan. All the other guys here are like in shell shock. You are not going on another holiday. You're coming home to be debriefed." And I was like, "Yeah, but I'm going back to Afghanistan in a few weeks." They were like, "No, you're fucking not." I was like, "Yeah, I got invited formally. I've got like a Afghan.
I got this piece of paper that says I can do whatever I fuck off paper. Yeah. I got to get the goal.
They're opening a new water park.
Exactly. They sign. They go, "Is everything you told us correct?" I was like, "Yeah, that was like an understatement, to be fair." And I just go through all the stuff I've told you guys, and they're like, "You're technically the best treated prisoner, and it seems like you're essential. Just be careful, Miles. Fucking hell." I was like, "Yeah, it's all good, man. Just had a lovely holiday." And everyone thinks
I would have thought that like the British people would be, British like Secret Service or whatever would be more suspicious of you coming back.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
8 months.
I thought so too. I thought when I got back, I was going to be debriefed, and they were going to speak to me for like 10 hours, and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
But they just leave me do my own thing. So when I flew and met Andrew Tate to Romania, I went to the airport like 5 hours early, expecting to be fucking tackled or something.
Yeah.
Didn't happen. So I'm just chilling. I mean, have you guys ever had airport issues for your stuff?
I mean, I didn't get let into Australia, but that was just a visa. That was visa unluckiness, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I've never had any issues with going anywhere.
I have more banking issues than anything else.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, ridiculous. I've got 12 credit cards, and I've got a great credit score, so I can max out about $250,000 worth of credit and just fly to Argentina, just like my great German grandfather, and just disappear in the woods if it goes wrong. That's my plan Z.
That's your plan Z.
Yeah, because credit cards have this system where within 10 minutes of maxing out a credit card, it alerts all the other bank accounts. So it restricts that. It's called I think it's like a cash out scheme or something. So if you just open like 20 tabs on your laptop, click send, and then quickly board a plane or whatever, or if you're already there,
they know you're up to.
Yeah, exactly. You can just disappear, man. To be fair, I mean,
I hope you don't have to hit that plan Z anytime soon.
I mean, if North Central Island happens, if the Indian government tries to screw me over, you know what I mean? I might stay sneeze on them. You know how it is, man.
Yeah.
Okay,
so what's your like your bucket list of the most dangerous areas to go that you haven't been?
I want to. I should go to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Detroit. Yeah, no, I basically want to go to the Darien Gap, so that's quite soon, in about 2 months, maybe 3 months after Christmas.
Is that
I want
the what's the Darien Gap? It's the are there
Yeah.
cannibals there?
Oh, to be fair, it might be. I mean, I've heard stories, but between Panama and Colombia, there's like
Yeah.
this map, 80 miles wide. It's long. It's basically it's really mountainous. It's a huge jungle. It's basically got like these people called the Farcs, and they're basically drug smugglers. So anyone who goes through their territory gets fucked up. Like women just get disappeared, men just get like everything gets robbed off you. So I'm gonna buy a handgun off Pablo Escobar's brother because I know that guy, as you do, and then I'm just gonna cross it. I mean, I'm gonna have to go back the other way. That's the reason you can't drive from Argentina to Alaska.
I
Like that's
see.
where all the refugees that go to the U.S. Mexican border come from. If they're like from India or something, because they can't get visas for most of North America, so they go through South that way, and there's just no road.
Okay. You're not going to bring like a little mini army with you when you go? You're just going to, you and a handgun from Pablo Escobar's cousin or brother?
Yeah, if
Yeah.
I can't shoot my way out of a situation, what's the point, man? You know what I mean? It's like
Just bring the guy who says the
like-
N-word all the time.
Yeah.
myself. No, yeah, I'll
Wait till
do
you
my-
guys get a hold of my friend who says the N-word all the
Right,
time. Where
93
is he?
times on record.
Me right
Yeah.
here, actually.
My friend who spent 2 weeks there, 2 weeks, and he was just sitting in a room just chilling. He tells everyone, "Oh, I survived. I conquered death." I'm like, "You fucking coward! What did you do? You did shit all. You pussy, pretty much."
What makes you want to do all this? What's your deal? What's wrong with you?
I'm just a bit retarded, man. I think we can all relate there. You know
Honestly,
what I mean?
you're British. Like this is a type of British like genetic retardation that you guys have. We haven't seen it in a long time, but you have it clearly.
We got to climb Everest.
Right,
Yeah.
right. We have to go to South Africa and colonize this whole fucking continent. What do you want me to do?
I do want to bring back Rhodesia. Like, why not? Honestly, it would be way better off. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
it would be well off under the English too, but that's a long story. It's like,
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
sorry, the English had a great mindset of just colonizing pee poo poo people and just goofing off on them. You know what I mean? Like that's base. Why would you not do that if you were a cool civilization? And the adventurous British people, the superior British people, created this thing called America. So all the adventurous types left.
Yeah.
And then created America. And only like a very small percentage remained that would chill, and all the others just became cooked, and that's England today. So I'm kind of like trans-American almost. You see what I mean? Like I'm spiritually American in that way.
Yeah, you're a special type. Stop making your type a long time ago.
Definitely special.
What did the Taliban say about like what was a big problem for them? What did you hear most about from the Taliban? Like, did they talk about women at all?
They talked about sex. They kept saying, like, one of them said, "Oh, the governments keep asking for women's rights." They were like, "That's stupid," because we do everything according to the Quran. And to be fair, like, we treat women well in private. It's like, no, I just don't want men looking at my women. I just don't want people sleeping around like whores. What's wrong with that? Why are they trying to change my religion? Saudi Arabia does it, but they get away with it because they're rich. And they got genuinely emotional when they said that. So I was like, yeah, I get that, to be fair. I can see that perspective.
Yeah, me too.
They also, they didn't like the whole idea that American spy satellites went in the sky. They were like, they're constantly watching us, man. They were like, it really pissed me off that they can just wipe us out at any point. They were like, we need to. they were like, we need. One of them joked that they need the Israeli Iron Dome type stuff. I was like,
to blow up our satellites like Star Wars.
Yeah. So I think World War III happens. I need to convince the Taliban to go against China, and then America will just send them trillions. You know what I mean? That's gonna happen one day.
Yeah.
I see it happening.
Yeah. That's one
way to go. China shares a border with Afghanistan.
Oh yeah,
like a very small border. But I basically just said, "Hey guys, I mean, you got the whole Uyghur thing going on in that area. If a war ever breaks out, you can just invade that area. Save those Muslims and just like get some extra land, goof off a little bit, maybe destroy Pakistan. Because like that's why they like India, because they just all hate Pakistan. So I was like, one struggle. I was like, I just got a map on my phone, and we were just doing it like it's some sort of autistic, mobile.
Are you going to be a warlord at some point? Like 20 years from now, you're either going to be dead or be a warlord, right?
Yeah, to be fair,
seems like it.
Yeah, going that way.
If opportunity comes up, I was like, yeah, why not? No, to be fair, if I get the gold mine and then something happens to Afghanistan, let's say there's some factions fighting, I'm going to defend the gold mine. That's the what. I must get gold to fund future trips like North Central Island and all that. The gold mine is not so I could buy Ferraris and shit. It's so I can fund more adventures and have fuck you money.
Yeah. Sentinel Island is Joe Rogan was talking about you going there, wasn't he?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, he had a talk in the US, and he was talking about the guy who went to North Central Island and how stupid it. And I was like, hey, Joe Rogan, I'm stupid. I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to succeed. There's a very clear way to succeed, and not many people look at it intelligently. Do you want to hear my pitch, guys?
Okay. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
No, wait. North Sentinel Island. It's like it's a place. There's no civilization there. They're like back thousands of years or even more.
Well, these are the
North Sentinel Island.
Oh yeah, the people who they'd have never seen outside. Like they shot people with arrows, right? Who came there. They tried to leave them a goat or whatever, and it's like the uncontacted
humans we lost.
Yeah, some of the few
along the way.
Very few uncontacted peoples, right?
Yeah. Exactly. So what I did when I learned about this whole North Central Island thing and went into this whole, sphere of life, I went to some big universities and looked through some historical texts that aren't, accessible to the public. And I saw the whole British expedition to North Central Island when England owned India and stuff. And I saw some stuff that the Indian government did. And there was also one gentleman in the 70s who went down a kayak, threw a few coconuts in the water. They got washed up. That's like their crack, they love coconuts. They're not native to the island, but they do wash up. So it's very sweet. They like that stuff. And the guy would get gradually closer and closer at each trip. And eventually he was actually on the island shaking hands. But then he died during a tsunami or something. Or I think it was a heart attack. So he never actually got to fulfill the whole thing. So thankfully God killed that man so I can live on and do that. And then
you're gonna lure him out with sweet shit, Twinkies and stuff like that.
No. I'm gonna give him a COVID vaccine because they're social distancing, man. They need it. It's like the UN will fund that if I pitch it. But
there you go.
Right? Yeah. They gotta get. They're not vaccinated against COVID.
Exactly.
They gotta get.
It's why they queue outside. This distancing. Yeah, like every week we come out with like the 7th booster, and I'm sure they're gonna be really healthy with it. They'll really appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
But
that's funny.
Yeah, man. So the Indian government went there too in like the 90s, and they made successful contact on their first time, went on the island, started shaking hands. What they did, they brought a woman this time, and apparently it's like to go, oh shit, we're just coming as friends, because an all-guy group is like an army, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and they got also a local from a neighboring island. There's also a South Central Island and some other small islands. So we've got a local just to shout basic words, and we're not too sure if he understood it, but he recognized, this guy looks like us, so it's chill. He's with those guys, he seems happy. So you got to do this little funny Fortnite dance with coconuts. Now
you got to do like makeup. You got to do blackface, so you can paint yourself up as one of the.
Wouldn't it be the first time? Wouldn't it be the first time? Hell yeah!
And bring a bunch of whores with you, so they know.
No joke.
So they know you mean business.
Yeah.
This is the plan. This is flawless, by the way. So there's two ways I can do it. One, I take a ton of steroids. I get tanned and jacked.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm in routine right now, so I'm looking better. But I get jacked as hell. Like one of those all-right Aryan meme formats. Just some. I look like Mr. Olympia, basically. I'll get to that stage. I pick some blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman to come with me. We play some schizo music. We do a little coconut funny dance. We make peaceful contacts. And we go into the center of the island and we do some exchange. I exchange a compound bow I buy off Amazon for one of their bows. I sell that for millions because why not? I also film the entire thing professionally, and I also scoop up some sand and store it, and then sell that like Bella Delphine's bathwater, like 1 gram of sand for like $50. Who wouldn't buy that?
So
no one
because
else
people have been trying to like patronize them, but you should go the other way. Come in with like a bunch of blonde, blue-eyed whores playing like death metal, like future techno trance, like trap music that not even we understand. Just blow them out like space aliens, like Back to the Future, right?
Man, imagine your women looking like Slender Man, and then suddenly, like, you see a blonde white woman for the first time. You're gonna get excited. You're gonna be chill. You're gonna be chill. You're gonna try and play it chill. I honestly think they're gonna do that. But if I have any problems, this is what I do. I've got a guy who's waiting on me to give the order. He will do this for free, by the way. I got a guy in Eastern Europe who's gonna build me a custom suit of medieval armor.
Okay.
So I got a material scientist friend of mine. He's got like
bro, you got to take him a sex doll. You got to get a sex doll from like a legit like real doll, like rubber sex doll, and float that out on a canoe to them and say, "This is my offering." Right?
See what happens.
See what happens.
A body pillow, man. That would be sick.
Yeah, an anime body pillow. That's pretty good, but you got to give him something that can penetrate.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully not my skin though. But honestly, the suit of medieval armor, I got a material scientist. We did a whole day of like testing different types of metal and thicknesses and stuff, and we've got the perfect density in the material that would work. That the guy would be up for. So there's no way they can penetrate the armor.
Oh,
if
I see.
Close to,
like a grizzly bear suit, so you could just walk around being invincible.
We even
they could drown you.
How many of them are there? How many of those guys are there?
On like 200, but here's the thing too.
Okay.
I'm gonna duct tape a bunch of mace to my arm, so if they get too close, macing me up, or like pocket stands, Because what we gonna do is like this metal tank.
This is the way to go. This is the plan.
Right.
The plate mail.
They're gonna run away.
Yeah, the armor with mace shooting out.
He's gonna mace him into friendship.
Dude, you gotta have a flamethrower like Lethal Weapon 3, right? Like coming out, right?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing too. Why should we befriend them? Like, say they kill outsiders and they're just
conquer them.
Like,
that's the British way. Conquer them. Conquer the fuck out of them.
Conquer them, and be like, okay, here's some soy slop. Here's a credit score. Here's institutional banking.
Perfect. Ruin them.
Yeah, here's an educational system.
Ruin them.
And they'll be happy with that. And the thing is too, when the British went there, they left like tons of gold in the center. They gave it to some kid. They took off the art.
Huh.
Yeah, so I will just go there, find those British artifacts, just give them some other stuff. I don't know, some anime body pillows, maybe like a pocket pussy or something. Sure. I don't know. I'll just give them something chill, and then I would just leave. Because it's just beasting on people that are just trying to kill outsiders. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta live, love, laugh a little bit, and that's my honest to God thing. And everyone says, "Miles, what if you sneeze on them?" I'm like, "Yeah, the Argentina trip. I just max up the credit cards and run away and disappear." No, honestly, there's a way to do it medically where you do not affect them, and the Indian government was like shaking hands with them and stuff. Like, I'm gonna be a lot more careful. Trust me, it's very hard to actually spread diseases.
Oh, that's all bullshit. They're fine. They've been there for this long. It's fucking bullshit. Yeah, triple mask. I'll just wear a mask. Bring them hand sanitizer.
Yeah, I know. Love that. I know. What do you think would be the funniest thing to bring them?
Pocket pussies is pretty funny.
I don't know, a fucking lighter.
A lighter?
They probably had some shit wash up there.
Fire.
Yeah.
No, they've never seen fire before. You know that, right?
No, they've never seen fire. They don't know how to make fire?
They would have had to have made fire.
Yeah, I don't think so. Like, apparently natives, there's some... I haven't seen any evidence of this in the writing, but... Yeah, lightning strikes on fire and then they try and keep it going or something, but that's only in certain parts of the world and it's never been observed in the North Centralese area. It's such a small island, really. So it's kind of weird. I think I just might give them like a bunch of... I might give them a Big Mac and like some chili Doritos. I was
going to say Szechuan sauce, bring them something like that, or a toilet.
Yeah, like Rick and Morty reference. Sponsor me.
I don't know if that Big Mac will travel all that well.
That
may wipe them out.
Good.
I'll add more preservatives.
What's the weirdest thing you could have for a society
what
that's
would blow their minds?
Or what if I give them a nuclear?
I should give him like a nuclear missile and say like, if you want to blow yourself up, just press this button.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, yeah, I'll just play like God with them a little bit. No, I'm kidding. I do that. I'll do everything quite peacefully. I'll goof off where I can, but there's a certain way to do it.
Give him a copy of the Women's Ghostbusters from 2016. Like, bring a whole AV setup.
They'll find a way to kill me after watching that.
It just plays over and over, like a dentist's office. Women's Ghostbusters over and over.
You know what I could do as well? I can just show them like just fucking memes off some stuff, and I'll be like, "Is this relatable?" Oh, I can show them North Central memes. I'll be like, "Hey, do you relate to this?" I'll learn their language and translate it, and then I'll teach them how to read and write because they haven't figured it out yet. That's pretty funny. You could do so much with these people. Like, imagine setting up a Starlink or like some satellite internet, solar power.
You can do so much with these people.
It's live stream. Do like a Twitch stream.
You know what?
You know what we should do?
He's going to go there. It'll be a huge success. And then like they'll speak like a couple of English words and one will be the N-word.
Yeah, teach him the N-word. That's all you got to do. Teach him every slur. Teach him a whole language that's just slur-based.
Exactly, yeah. I love that, man. That'd be perfect. I should just give him steroids and see what happens,
actually. Miles, thanks for calling in, man. It's really been, you've really made so many people happy with your exploits.
No, man, you made me happy for laying me on, so thank you.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck with your gold mine, and I do hope you are a warlord at some point.
Thank you, man. For all the ones listening, follow me on Lord Miles, to search on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. I got a big following. I'm going to do some goofy stuff. I'm only getting started. And also you two as well, you lovely men. Follow me as well. DM me at some point after this. We'll do something together.
That would be amazing. I've been a big supporter of the Taliban for, as long as I've known about them. So.
Putting a new face to the Taliban.
Yes. The ice cream and the swan boats, that was great. They've been getting nothing but shit for 20 years. It's nice to... From Rambo 3 to you, that was like a big dark period for them, but now it's nice to see them back.
If you go there yourself, I think you'll become like the Minister of Foreign Affairs. I see that happening. We'll manifest it.
That could be good. It would only be good for them.
Got to get your visa in,
right?
Dick.
I could run circles around the U.S., whatever the U.S. is doing.
No, probably so.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm sure.
man.
Love you.
Thank you. Thank you for calling in.
Okay.
Love you too, buddy. Goodbye.
Niggas.
I'm blown away. That fucking guy.
He's like, he's got a lot of energy, doesn't he? You got to have a lot of mental energy to want to do this.
Yeah.
Like everything's great. Everything's an adventure. Everything, like, it's like, what can I do today? What crazy shit can I do?
I was in 8 months. I was in this room. Yeah. Like, man, I'd be freaking out.
You know who I'd be pissed at?
If
I wanted to leave, I'd be pissed at England for dragging their feet on the old paperwork.
No shit.
It's a 6-month sentence, but they're like, do we really want this guy back? I mean,
I really want to go home.
He's kind of a pain in the ass.
I got no sewage at home either. You guys don't have sewage. I miss my dog. If you guys could get my dog and bring it out here.
Right.
What about your girl? Nah, just the dog.
It's easier to bring stuff that I want to me than it is for me to go home and
back home
and kind of set my life up the way that I would prefer it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steroids. The no drinking thing, I think, would be for 8 months.
I mean, yeah,
I would be like
not something that you would
Kurt's,
want to.
Platoon, whatever.
Kurt in,
Heart of Darkness.
Apocalypse Now. Yeah.
One of those.
Heart of Darkness is the book, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. It's 2. It's kind of late already.
Yeah,
I didn't know we'd talk to.
Oh, we talked to
Miles for an hour.
No, he's obviously very interesting.
He's great.
That's
he
crazy.
Is
so
like
you
that
watched
British adventurous, that British autistic adventurism that he has, and that basically built Western civilization, right? More or less. If we had just let it go a little bit more, we'd have a lot less problems. But we had to invent the newspaper and stop it before it got really out of control.
Yeah.
He has a lot of good solutions that cannot be published.
So you were following him. You followed him for some time
since the very first adventure.
And literally, you remember like when he went dark, and everybody's like, he's dead because
he's dead.
That would be the logical conclusion.
Yeah.
You don't have a guy who's super active like that, going all over the place, and the last thing you knew, he was in Afghanistan and then he goes silent, the only thing you can conclude is that he's or he'll never see the light of day again if he's alive.
I thought he was in like a Midnight Express Turkish
he's going to be that's
like those other guys he was talking about.
Going to be the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Not having not high-fiving, Taliban and it was funny how he's talking about the English and stuff and like learning the words and everything. And I was working on, I had this project and there were some people from Saudi Arabia involved. And one guy was like, he was a younger guy, was like probably late 20s. And he had super, super heavy accent, right? But he spoke English okay and he understood what I was talking about. And he liked Western culture.
Yeah.
He was a huge wrestling fan.
Okay.
He loved fucking wrestling. And I was like, oh, okay, that wasn't really my thing, but like, okay, that's cool. He goes, I can do a perfect American accent in one thing.
Yeah.
In one thing. And I go, really? Okay, let's hear it. And he goes, only at KFC. Like I go like, fuck. He learned it like watching KFC
only
commercials,
KFC.
watching wrestling. Yeah, he's like, only at KFC. It was perfect. Sounded just like the fucking TV. I was like, that's amazing. Just sounded it out phonetically,